welcome to BWI, and today I'm bringing to you the SummerSlam review, reactions, grade, overall, what I thought about it, and let's just go ahead and get this started. So I'm not gonna post the pictures for the kickoff show because I don't have them. Frankly, I didn't really mind and care for the kickoff show. Sorry, but anyways, the kickoff show, we had three matches on it, a 2 hour kickoff show, I believe it was. And so the first match of the night and of the kickoff show was American Alpha, Hype Bros, and the Usos versus Breezango, the Ascension, and Vaudevillains. This match didn't really care too much of it, except the only reason why I watched it was because I'd rather watch the match of the kickoff show rather than just talk about everything. Anyways, though, that being said, of course the baby faces won, really predictable. But what we did see at the end, apparently there was a little bit of dissension between the Usos and American Alpha, so possibly a rivalry there. Who knows? So that was probably the biggest takeaway for that. Anyways, up next, the next match of the kickoff show had, I think it was Cesaro versus Sheamus first, if not Sami Zayn versus Neville. Sami Zayn and Neville versus the Dudleys. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and jump around here. So the first of 7 matches, Cesaro versus Sheamus. I kind of called it when I said, Sheamus. If you didn't see my predictions video, go check it out. But anyways, that aside, I kind of did say it might be a possibility Sheamus might win because he's just, I just the heel. I don't know. I just kind of already felt the underhand tactics going in, and did they go in indeed? Cesaro was trying to lock in a sharpshooter, but then since he was bent over, the referee was behind him. He did not see the eye poke, and Sheamus got the eye poke through Cesaro to the turnbuckle, or to the ring post actually, and then ended up getting the win, not with the bro kick, yeah. And so yeah, that was that. Sheamus won. Up next, we have the team of Neville and Sami Zayn versus the team of the Dudley Boys. Honestly, it was again predictable. We saw the Dudleys lose. So I was about to say them win, but no, they lost against Sami Zayn, Neville. Not a really great match. I think they've been booking the Dudley Boys so terribly, and there is a little bit of hints that they might be splitting them up. I don't know how I feel about that. I think they should start building them up as one of the veteran tag teams, like what they might have done with the Bella Twins, or with the Usos or something. I don't know, like build them up to be veteran tag teams, or draft them to SmackDown, let them do their stuff there instead. I feel like the tag team division is a bit more strong in SmackDown, and they could really teach a thing or two to those tags. But anyways, that was it for the kickoff show. As we move over to the actual main card, so let's get this started. The first match of the night includes Enzo Amore and Big Cass taking on the team of Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, otherwise dubbing themselves as Jericho. The match was pretty entertaining. No, not really any big takeaways besides the fact that, Enzo came in with a big pop from the crowd, as he should, as they should. It was pretty cool how they came in. Unfortunately, though, for the team of Enzo More and Big Cass, Team Jericho ended up winning, which I believe I was wrong in this one. I said they were going to win, but I was rooting for Jericho for the win. I just think they're way more awesome, and I like them a lot better. I love Kevin Owens. I think he's awesome. He's my husband. JK. I'm just kidding. That was weird. Anyways, Kevin Owens being awesome and Chris Jericho being awesome as well, proving that heels, like them being as heels and them having the bigger ego, really played a factor. And I don't really remember the closing moments of this match. It was like way too in the beginning, and there was a lot going on. So I didn't really pay attention to how the ending went. I forgot how it went. I believe there was some underhand tactics. Wouldn't be surprised. Anyways, oh yeah, no, I remember how they won. I think it was this. They took Big Cass out, and they hit this pretty cool finisher. Pretty awesome. Match was 12 minutes 10 seconds. Anyways, though, liked it that Chris Jericho won once again. They're awesome. I love them a lot. I think they're really cool. They're gonna be a pretty cool tag team if they continue to do it. I think this is a perfect way to have Chris Jericho, elevated, because to be honest, him as a singles competitor, he's been losing a lot more agility. He doesn't run the ropes quite the same, and Kevin Owens kind of fixes that because you see, in and out, in and out. So, anyways, really good. I like this match. Give it a B plus. Up next, the women's championship match, and wow, what a match it was! I was so hyped for it. I was jumping around, I was bouncing. This was so energetic. Sasha Banks putting on one of the greatest women's matches of all year, once again with Charlotte. This time at the Barclays Center. Last year was Bayley versus Sasha. This time, Sasha versus Charlotte. Maybe next year we'll get Sasha versus Becky. I don't know, but anyways, this was an amazing match. Regardless of the finish, regardless of what you thought about it, which I'll actually get into. There's a lot more backstage politics surrounding this whole situation. Anyways, though, Sasha Banks, Charlotte putting on one of the greatest matches. Sure, there were some botched spots, but Sasha made it work. Charlotte, I don't like how people disregard that Charlotte botches quite a bit. But anyways, regardless, the two ladies put on an amazing performance. They put on one of the greatest matches of the year. Mania, SummerSlam. These two are two of the greatest matches, as well as the Raw show that Sasha won the title in. But anyways, unfortunately, the boss did not come out on top, and the Queen ended up winning. I don't like Charlotte too much because she's a heel. I used to not like Charlotte because she was boring and bland, but now I kind of like her. She's pretty cool as a heel. Anyways, of course, this wasn't the intended plan, though. Sasha only held the title for 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure they had way more, way more stuff in store for Sasha. The fans absolutely adore her, and they wouldn't do such a stupid move to ask to just bury her completely. So, anyways, the backstage news about this though is that Sasha is, they're hunting, is the latest superstar to get suspended. So maybe expect that. I will be, doing a whole news review rumors. Probably will be up tomorrow because I don't know how many people are gonna see this video. But anyways, this match amazing. Charlotte ended up winning. A minus. It's just amazing. Just for the botch spot. Up next, The Miz defending his title against Apollo Crews. Okay, I know I play around with him being known as Creed, but seeing as to how King Booker is pretty mad, and he goes on to saying that it's a disrespect because he's basically he's like in PG terms he's trying to say to stop being racist because of course Apollo Creed. No, anyways though, that being said, the match nothing too big here. Of course, The Miz ended up winning with his heel wife, the amazing, the lovely, the charismatic Maurice. Honestly, to be honest, though, I didn't pay that much attention to the match, which tells you it wasn't really that big of a match. But I do love The Miz. I do love Maurice. It's just my only problem with this is that there was just such poor booking in this match, and the only time we actually saw, one of the few times we saw um, Apollo with character, and the few times I actually let him show it off, it was during a commercial break on SmackDown, and we didn't get to see it unless you saw the kickoff show. So, anyways, though, that being said, The Miz ended up winning, ended up on top. Nothing too big here except, hey, it happens. Apollo Crews, sorry, but, they booked. Up next, the second biggest match of the night. We had, of course, well, this ended up being the biggest match of the night, like one of the greatest matches of the night, but of course, the Sasha and Charlotte putting on such a great showing. We had AJ Styles versus Cena, and a couple of things to talk about here. The false finishes were insane. The crowd was insane, and I loved. I hate New York. I don't know why. I just hate it. But after like no, I'm not saying I hate it. I just never been there, but I mean for some reason I don't know. I'm not an East Coast guy myself. I'm West Coast. But anyways, that aside, I gotta give it to the crowd though. They really got me so hyped up for this match. And I always say that a crowd always plays a big factor in the match because if the crowd is dead and the match is good, essentially if you don't hear the pops, you're just like looking, it must be boring, the commentators can only do so much, but anyways, this match was through the roof. Amazing match. This is the way I wanted to see it, back in Money in the Bank. And I kind of called it AJ Styles for the win. My friend Sebastian, my buddy Sebastian said, I want Cena to win. Cena's going to win. He predicted Charlotte, so I was so mad. But anyways, Cena ended up losing. AJ Styles won. But anyways, one big takeaway from this is Cena, as the commentators put it, left a part of him in the ring, quote unquote, and that was his armband. He takes it off, looks at it, and leaves it in the ring, walks away, and does his little, soldier salute. And the thing to take away from this is that it kind of looked like frustration building in Cena, and usually when we see that, we see a heel turn. So this be possibly a heel turn? Could this be Cena finally turning heel? I doubt it. Maybe it was just maybe I'm overthinking it too much, but I don't know. I would love it, and that's why I'm overthinking it on purpose. Hopefully, the law of attraction will happen. But anyways, AJ Styles with WWE, and for that match, I'm gonna rate it an AA. That's what it is. Anyways, moving on to the tag championship match. Uh, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods on behalf of the New Day. Of course, Biggie wasn't there. Get to that in a bit, But Jon Stewart came out and did what Biggie usually does, which is like, and then announce the city. That whole promo he does in the beginning. Anyways, though, the match, pretty back and forth, pretty entertaining. Of course, the New Day being the charismatic selves, as they always are. But Jon Stewart once again manages to get involved in the match, and the fans were absolutely done with Jon Stewart. They were booing him out the building. I don't like Jon Stewart because he got involved with Cena versus Rollins last year. Of course, that was the intention, but whatever. Anyways, though, because he got involved, they were about to do the same. The club, they being the club, after they had knocked out Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Jon Stewart was getting involved, and he gets into the ring, and eventually, I mean, the club gets him and was about to drag him to the rings post, and you know bashes balls in until Biggie comes out, as I kind of expected. Biggie coming out, and he eventually stops them. Ends the match in a disqualification, and so then the club won, but the New Day retained, and I'm so glad. I don't know what I said last time, but honestly, I love the New Day. I want them to beat, the record of the Road Warriors, or I think those were the records. I don't know. I'm not good at records. Anyways, though, the New Day retained the match. Pretty solid. So I'm gonna give it like a B at best. Um, not really a lot of big spots, but we got to see Xavier Woods wrestle, which is one thing I've been wanting to see a lot more. Anyways, though, B plus. I mean B match, B average match. Not a really big takeaway. Wait to see what happens on my. Up next, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, or the World Championship match. Pretty entertaining. You had Dean kind of show signs of heelish attitude, as you did Dolph. I didn't know what was going on in this match. Maybe it was just Dean playing the mind games. But anyways, Dean is eventually, in the end, came out on top as I expected him to. The match is actually pretty entertaining. Not gonna lie, I liked it. It was pretty cool. But I didn't. I don't know what I'm seeing here. I don't know what happened. I'm not saying there has to be a heel or face, but at least make it clear who's the heel, who's the face. It doesn't always have to be heel versus face. It could be heel versus heel. It could be face versus face, but there definitely has to be a face and a heel and or an underdog. And I didn't know who was who. It just looked more like a rivalry, which is probably a better thing. I don't know. I still mixed feeling. I still have mixed feelings about that. But in the end, Dean came out on top. Pretty great match. I'm not gonna say too much. B plus match. I'm gonna stick with that. And that's that. Dean came out on top as I predicted, as I would like to. Anyway, sorry for cutting you this video off already, but anyways, we hit the half of the pay per view, so stick around for the other half. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and until next time.